In fact, we were discussing this even before we started. I mean, our Christmas event at work.
Uh-huh.
Well, I didn't mention this, but our Christmas event at work, I mean, we are currently 3 people looking to grow the team. For the past 2 years, at least for the past two, yes. Um, uh, so last year and the year before that. The year before that, it wasn't like COVID was in Malta, so everybody was crazy, nobody wanted to meet. And I was speaking to one of my colleagues that I've been working with for the past 9 years, and we were like, okay, should we try and do some sort of event for Christmas? And he was like, yeah, we should do a bike ride. Again, obviously, he is
Bike as in with the motorcycle or with the...
bicycle.
Okay.
Bicycle ride.
Because in
Bicycle
my
ride.
mind, bike ride is with the motorcycle.
No, I don't have a motorcycle. Well, yeah, it was, again, I cycle amateur, on an amateur level.
Yeah.
My colleague, he is no, he trains and he cycles
He's the
and
real
he
deal.
wins competitions in
Okay.
cycling. So we are on that level. He is on that level. I am not. So, but yeah, we did a bicycle ride 2 years ago.
Okay.
And we also did that last year. Usually when we do this, we go around, we'll do maybe 40 to 60 kilometers. Clive would have his route and we'll follow the route. And my bringing training to work, again, we could have chosen, we still do the Christmas dinner and we'll go have a burger.
Yeah,
or
but it's
what
something
have you.
interactive,
Yes.
something fun.
Yes, and in fact, that's what that's one of the aspects that I think brings us closer as a team.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that we have to sweat next to each other,
Yeah.
but the fact that we train, and again, it doesn't need to be that all of us need to cycle, but the fact that we all train, we do our thing. One of us trains almost on a professional level, I train on my own level, and the other guy trains at his own level. That I see that as a very important aspect, because we as human beings, we're not there just to produce.
Yeah.
In terms of being an employer now, I don't expect my people, including myself, to just produce, because I know that our output is going to be impacted a lot by how we feel as individuals.
Agreed.
So if my team trains physically, then they feel good about themselves, then that means that they are healthy, and if they are healthy, then they can give a better quality service to our clients.
You can't pour something from an empty cup. So I am a participant of a workshop that I gave recently reminded me of this quote. So and it applies to people working with people mostly, because if you're working with people, you by default you listen struggles, you listen to hardships, you listen to heartaches, and when we are together, I mean, it comes natural to discuss about issues and problems that we're having. And sometimes when you're on the receiving end, you're often listening, empathizing, and trying to understand the other person and to support as much as you can the other person. And if you do this multiple times throughout the day, you'll empty your battery. So you need to recharge. And by doing that together, you're actually charging each other because you're doing something different, something together. And actually, I'm not sure whether it's a theory, but actually when it comes to team building, not in the sense that the fun events that we understand, but actually to build successful teams, teams grow together and grow closer through adversity. So when they do something which is perhaps a little bit challenging or painful in the sense that it requires mental effort or emotional effort, they grow closer together. The key there is the leader and the leadership, or the person facilitating that activity. But when they get together, that's why team building events are so popular, because you're doing something different. You're doing a game, but through the game, we learn multiple aspects of ourselves. And we behave differently, and our true colors come out, which might be pleasant or unpleasant to other people, but you can exchange feedback in a lighter way, because sometimes we see that At the place of work, we give feedback in a very structured manner. We are very careful on how to say things and to place the correct words. And sometimes we write it through an email or the ways of communication sometimes at work become very rigid. But through play, these
Yes.
are more fluid.
Yes, yes.